And with me now, my first guest of the day, Matt Baker.
Hello, good morning.
Janine Duvitski.
Hello.
Gary Wilmot.
Before I get top billing, hello.
There you go. You could see it like that. They are the stars of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, which opens on December the 7th at the London Palladium, and it's there until January the 12th. So I suppose we must find out, Goldilocks and the Three Bears,
Yes.
Do we have any bears amongst us?
Yes, I'm Mummy Bear.
Yay! Are you going full skin?
Absolutely.
Are you really?
Yes.
Have you had the costume on yet?
I've tried the costume on, but in rehearsals I've just been nipping across the stage, and it'll probably take me hours to even lumber on. But
You'll add hours to the running time.
Yes.
And does Mommy Bear, does she have costume changes?
no.
Okay.
No, she stays. She's a real bear. Yes.
I wish I'd brought my phone in because I've got some lovely pictures of Janine waddling.
Okay,
and
so
wafting
you're
about.
Mommy Bear. Gary, who are you?
I'm Betty Barnum.
Ah.
Yeah, there you see. You can see it, can't you? I own the circus. The rival circus, the Baron von Savage's circus, which is a nasty circus.
Is it weird playing Dame opposite Paul, who's not playing a Dame?
It's quite an upside-down world, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean... Yeah, that's all I can say. I can't even begin to describe what it's like. I am dressed as a woman, but I am not the campiest thing on the stage.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition for that title.
Yeah.
And Matt, who are you?
Yes.
Who are you giving us?
I'm Joey the Clown, who is desperate to be star of the show. And, well, it's not meant to be, but I'm not going to give too much away about what happens. But basically...
Don't spoil the plot.
No, but my role is basically like an audition for Cirque du Soleil. The amount of stuff that I'm doing, the jeopardy levels of me going into this show, I'm quite worried about it, to be honest.
No, they really made you do terrible things.
Well, it's not terrible things, but it's kind of,
Very difficult things.
circusy things and unicycling and juggling and walking a tightrope. And I was, honestly,
could you do any of this stuff before?
bits and pieces, but I'd never done a tightrope before.
Or even
so
now. So not true.
No, well,
We're
part of the
all
role.
waiting. It's all
part of the
very
role.
exciting,
Yeah.
waiting to
Yeah, but I
see
went-
you
I
get
went in.
across that.
Is there a sweepstake amongst the rest of the cast to see if he makes it to January the 12th?
You went to look at the Palladium.
I did, honestly,
the other
Graham, last night I went in because I did have a tightrope delivered so that I could practice in my garden, right?
So grand.
But it's
Yes.
a world away from that of the Palladium. I went in last night, honestly. It is unbelievable what's happening there. There's this huge lorry outside. It's like Santa's sleigh delivering all this stuff in there. You go in, the lights, the set, it just takes your breath away. And it's honestly going to be amazing to be part of. And the other acts that we've got in there as well. I mean, motorcyclists, we've got all sorts of stuff kicking. It's crazy.
Wow. Have any of you been in the Palladium Panto before?
Yes,
No. Oh,
I've done
you
the last
have,
2
yeah.
years.
Oh, you've done the last 2 years. Oh, so
Yeah.
you're an old hand. at
He's
this.
a pro.
Yeah, it's not really like any other pantomime. It's like really up there. The money that's spent on it, it's kudos the company that produced it, are just astounding. Michael Harrison, who's our writer-director, he knows every little inch of pantomime, and he really does ring it all out for the pantomime shows. And they're massive. They're just huge. You can't, I know the tickets, they say the tickets are expensive, but you look up there and you say, I can see where the money went.
And that's actually, in the end, I think that's all that matters. So long as people feel like they got value for money, you forget. And also, once you've enjoyed yourself, I presume it's like, having a baby, you forget all the horrible bits and you just remember the nice bit. Yeah.
Was it like that for you, was it?
Yes, it was. That's certainly my recollection. And Janine, have you been to see a Panto in the Palladium?
No.
But have you done Panto before?
I've done Panto. I did Panto and Rep, and then I've done a couple of others, but this is on a different scale. And I've always heard about, the Palladium Panto, and I've been working around at that time, and I couldn't afford the tickets either before. So now I can't wait.
Now you're in it.
Yes, and everybody sort of talks about it. The Palladium Panto. So I was very surprised when I got it.
And
Yes.
Matt, back in your kids' TV days,
Yes,
did you
yeah.
end up in Panto?
I did one actually for Michael that Gary's talking about there. As soon as I came out of Blue Peter, I did a lad in there. But that was a long time ago. And actually, Michael's the reason why I'm doing this, because we went to college together as young lads.
How funny.
And he said to me, look, because he knew all of my kind of gymnastical past, and said, look, this is perfect. Will you do it for us? And here we are. It's happening.
And will you be able to combine the one show with it?
No, next week I'm going to do 2 shows next week, and then I'm going to stop then over Christmas, but I'll be back January.
Because it seems so handy. I mean, the Palladium Palladium's right there.
I know.
Yeah,
They run.
But
Yeah, we
the
do
trouble-
two
trouble
shows
is,
a
I'd have to do
day.
the first act sort of walking to the Palladium. Very long tightrope from the One Show studio.
And if people know the story, and who doesn't know the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, is it traditional?
It's not very
Intricate
long, the
plot,
story,
yes.
really.
Sorry, no.
I
Is
mean,
porridge involved?
porridge is in there.
Excellent.
Yes, you
Okay.
get to eat porridge, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
we get to sing
And
about,
the
we get to
beds,
sing about
the beds
porridge,
and the
don't we?
chairs.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
the beds bit, and
there is a
yes.
Goldilocks.
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course. I
Yes.
forgot about her.
So basically, we've got two rival circuses, right? And then somehow the bears get wrapped up in the evil circus, and that's where Paul O'Grady comes in. And then Julian Clary is the ringmaster.
Of course.
Of the evil circus.
I know,
No,
the
the
good circus.
Oh, the good circus.
Ringo. And it's, as he says, it's a part that he was born to play, the ringmaster. And you can imagine where it goes from.
Yes, I can. I mean, do you sometimes kind of blush yourselves? Do you kind of think
I do.
can't
I don't understand it. I don't understand any of the stuff I have to say. There seems to be Benidorm references. I never understood those either. No, I just know about porridge and things like that.
Yeah, you're very method.
Yes.
It's hard. It is seriously hard not to corpse. I had a very serious conversation with Julian yesterday about what happens when because I'm finding it really hard just to keep a straight face because it is hilarious. And yesterday, Julian and Paul O'Grady, I mean, they were just
Well, it
like
never stays
riffing.
the same
and it
either,
was,
does it?
Oh, it was class just to be in the room.
And also, I mean, it's one thing to corpse, but if you're trying to juggle or you're on a tightrope,
Yes,
you really
I know.
can't. Yeah.
I get scared in the rehearsal room sitting round watching because I just sit watching, loving, and then you get picked on as if as if you're going to be in the audience, and so I've stopped sitting in the middle because
Yeah, we're struggling really to
I'm
get back to
shy
a
of
plot
that.
that doesn't exist.
Yes, and also because Gary, you've been in lots of musicals and shows, so presumably you can riff and do jokes, but you like a script.
Oh, I do, absolutely. I like a
So
script.
what's it like when if Julian and Paul are changing it all the time? Does that stop
I'm
being
happy
funny?
to stand back and watch
Okay,
and
fair
enjoy. I mean, the audience out there are paying a lot of money to see it, but I'm on there getting it for nothing. So it's fun to watch them, particularly the two of them.
And that
Julian
number that
and-
you're doing this year, because Gary writes a number every year, and it's just incredible. I mean, I don't know if you want to say too much about it, but it is phenomenal what you do, Gary. It really is.
Well, the first year I did it, I was Dick Whittington, so I thought I don't know what to do. So I wrote a song that contained every London Underground station in it. And
Very
then last
good.
year it was big stars of the Palladium, all of them. No, not all of them, but lots of them. And then this year it's basically every musical song ever written, all in one song.
All in one song. And
It makes me feel
Yeah.
quite sick when you do it. Actually, I'm
Makes
so
me feel sick
scared.
thinking about it. But no, it's become kind of a little bit of a tradition, really.
But that sounds worse than walking a tightrope.
Yeah.
And listen,
Yes.
we'll talk about it more, and we've got some audience questions after something very seasonal. This is Harriet, and maybe this Christmas. Oh, beautiful, Harriet. Maybe this Christmas. It's just. Oh, it's not December yet. Oh yeah, no, there'll be emails, angry emails
Tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, tomorrow.
My wife's birthday.
Oh, is it? Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah,
Happy birthday!
I love
Is she Mrs. Baker?
Yes, she is.
Oh,
yes.
she took your name.
She did. Yes, very true.
And Janine, we forgot to mention who is Daddy Bear.
Nigel Havers. Yes.
The great Nigel Havers.
Who's been in all the recent ones at the Palladium. So he's very
I always thought it was
experienced.
sad that Mommy and Daddy Bear slept in separate beds.
Yes,
Did you?
it's a bit. Yes,
That is touched upon.
yes, it is.
Oh, is it?
They have marital problems. It's a very modern show.
Only the one baby bear.
Yes.
Right, let's get to some. Of course, Matt, there was a question about Blue Peter. Who cast you in Blue Peter, and what was your parting gift from the team? Do you still have it? Just say yes. Thomas and Redding.
I've got a lovely album of all the crazy photo shoots and everything that we did at the time. So many lovely little memories. But yeah, who it was Steve Hocking who was the editor at the time. It is a very long and crazy story, really.
But what were you doing before that? Were you just a...
Well, weirdly, what happened was I ended up in a college production of the musical Grease to do some backflips and somersaults. The guy that I was kind of body doubling ended up with laryngitis, and I took the part. And from there, I kind of randomly ended up at drama school. I was there for a few months when I heard that Blue Peter were looking for a new presenter. And and I just rang up the BBC basically, and one thing led to another, and I was there for 8 incredible years, and learnt my trade there, really. And
But it is that thing, when I meet Blue Peter presenters, when they're doing things, you always think, oh, you're too young to say no. Because they make them do such terrible things.
Seriously, some of the stuff that we did, I mean, it was incredible. But, do you know, even just the travel, I mean, foreign filming was so cheap at the time. I filled 3 passports while I was on that show. And every single environment you could ever wish to go into, I experienced. And so many incredible things, met the most amazing people, because that's the thing with Blue Peter, you're only ever going to go and talk to the best and meet the best because that fine example, and it was just a remarkable career.
Very quickly, this is Sam and this is all of you. What will you be doing during the short time you get between Pantos on a 2-show day? Because how long do you get between the end of? Well, you don't know yet, or do you know how long it is?
I think. It's a couple of hours. It might even be more.
We've got some morning and evening and I might have my inflatable bed in the dressing room and have a kip.
All the dressing rooms, Janine. Yesterday I went into mine. It's unbelievable. They've done a lot of work there.
Really?
Oh, honestly.
Yeah, they've built that new bit, haven't they? To the side. The stage doors moved.
Yeah, exactly. You go down and underneath. It's all amazing. It's so futuristic. I couldn't believe it. And there's a screen on the wall where you can watch the performance.
Across the road for Christmas shopping.
Oh, it can't be straight.
Deal. If you see a bear in Liberty with a shopping bag, that'll be Janine. And what do you just get Christmas Day off?
Christmas Day and New Year's Day, yeah.
Oh, you get New Year's Day off, don't you? And are you all London or?
I am.
Yeah,
yes,
you are.
Yes.
I'm up in the hills. I'm quite a way.
You're,
but we're
you're
all right,
both quite near each other. So
Yes,
not
we
just
are,
north of London.
So will you go home for Christmas Day? Will you stay in town?
Oh no, I'd definitely go home.
Oh,
we'll commute on a night. We're not.
Well, I'll be going down to Kent to my sister-in-law's. We go there every year.
Right.
Yeah, so it's very easy for me.
Well, listen, good luck to you. It opens on December the 7th, the Goldilocks and the Three Bears at the London Palladium. It's there till January the 12th with Matt, Janine, Gary, Julian Clary, Paul O'Grady, Nigel Havers, Paul Zerden, loads of other people. Thank you so much for coming in to see us.
It's a joy.
Back to rehearsals. Go on.
Yeah.
Let's crack away.